Hey guys, it's me. It's Constance with Charming Custom Cross, and I told you that I was trying to play catch up here. If you're seeing gaps between videos, it's either because others have shared, or I've used some of my photography, because it's a hobby too. I used to be a professional, so I really enjoy being able to share some of that. And anybody who wants to learn some basic tips, I'd be more happy to teach you some of those basic tips. So nowadays it's a lot easier since it's now digital. When I learned, it was obviously about old style there. So got the hiccups. So I mean, it's I really enjoy doing stuff like this, and this one's going to be a cute little layout. And again, you guys just note that I'm trying to play massive catch up, but you're going to see things from when my kids were little to current, to things I'm doing for other people. I'm hoping to where I can finish out my mother's 6-volume book that I've been trying to get done since last year, actually March of last year. It's one of the things, the reason why I said I'm behind. It was supposed to be my mother's 70th birthday, and when I get a chance to share it, you'll enjoy it. It's all made with graphic 45 paper, so I'll get a chance to show it when I finish it. Everything goes in stages. I got to finish off this one stage, and then of course I got to make the front and back covers, and once I do the front and back covers, I can bind it. Yeah, so I'm getting to it. So this one is for the 25th, because I could do videos for some. I mean, I can eventually, if anybody wants to see other people's stuff, you can go to the page, or if you'd like, just let me know below if you'd like for me to do kind of a video on people's work, maybe like a whole month in advance. Or I know I took down a lot of my stuff over the years because I don't want it to be about me. I'm trying to encourage other people, and I would love for you guys to come over. And anybody that's joined the swap, I know the image swap. One is already mailed. I've already mailed. I mean, mine exactly today, though. That was first class for some odd reason. I, quote, did not get tracking number, though I'm sure if I wanted to go back and get it, they can give it to me. But this next one is another Mother Earth, but this is not with sunshine. And this is when my kids were little. They were 5, and I think my son just turned 8. And remember, they're 30 months and 4 days apart. So this is when we lived at Fort Leonard Wood. I mean, they originally, well, my son was born in Tennessee, and then we moved to DC. And then we moved back home to Ohio for a while my husband went officer. So, I mean, they saw snow, but they were also really kind of too little to get out and play in it. So this was our first winter at Fort Leonard Wood. Unfortunately, my husband was in South Korea. And I think this was the first snowfall that they had in a long time like this. I'll be able to show that in a different layout when I can get to it. But that's a whole different day that they were playing. But it was 18 inches of snow that they got. And I mean, I grew up with walking to school in 3 foot and no buses. And our school system was literally always the last in the state. Anybody from where I grew up would definitely tell you that. And if you guys follow, school closings in Ohio, if you're there, you'll find out that our school system literally is always the last. The university could be closed, or the university colleges could be closed, and yet we were going to school. Though my favorite was when the teachers went on strike, and we built snow forts, and we could throw snowballs at teachers, and nobody could say anything, and we were a little slick. We put a little rock in it or something. And it was even more fun because the teachers got involved with it, and they couldn't get in trouble either. So, well, technically they could, but y'all know what I mean. Anyway, so this is, and I know a lot of people have done these, and I think it's the only time I've actually got my kids to do this. They made me snow angels, and they did it on the side bank of my neighbor's house. And she had twins that were probably about 8 months old, and then she had one that was a little older. She only had 3. No, she had another little girl when she was in Hawaii. So she has 4, but the twins just graduated. I think they just graduated, or they'll be graduating here this year. And her older one graduated with my daughter. Or, yeah, I think. Something like that. Anyway, This is my snow angels, and I'm trying to keep the light out of it. It's very cute to me. I'll explain it. I actually was able to get my e-bosser out, which, if you guys don't know what an e-bosser is, it's an electric die cutting or die embossing machine. I went from is it big kick to that because I have a bad arm and or bad wrist. So though it's better since my second surgery on it, but at the same time there are times that it's really hard for me to crank. So the e-bosser's the bomb. The Tim Holtz doesn't even have as good. I mean, Teresa Collins has a version of it. She came out with it, I think, last year, but I bought mine like 2 years ago. I saved my money and, you know, like the stuff that I do at D-Stash, but I sold stuff. So instead of turning profit per se, I would take the money, put it back into the stuff, and then once in a while I'd get myself something, which I did. I had my birthday and Christmas money, and I got my e-bosser. So I would invest back into myself and the things that were worth it. I should stop swinging. I might make you all sick. So let me get to this. Anyway, so I used a metallic, flat metallic paper. And then I used a flat paper. But if you look at the paper in the back, if I can show you the little focus here, it has little snowflakes all over it. At the bottom, I took my scrap paper. No, it's a full sheet. Usually I use my 8.5 by 11s because I have so much of it, or my scraps. But I did my own snow banks, and I kept tearing and doing different size. So if you could see it better, you could see that there are different layers. I don't know if you can see. I mean, you can see some here where you can see snow banks. Usually I put a little glitter glue, like the sun glistening on it. This one, this die that I got here was one that at Joann's. And I think I got it on clearance at Christmas. I'm pretty sure I did because I think it was like 70% off. But it was one of those ones that you could wrap around the, like put paper and like foil and stuff around candles. I mean, you could still use it for that. But I was so excited to pull this out. And I turned around and cut them apart. So I actually used paper that already had snowflakes on it. So I got the double snowflake effect. And then, of course, I put little gems on the snowflakes, and I put a few here and there. I used some extra glitter glue. The Tim Holtz stickers, or the Ranger stickers, is like my favorite. The diamond, and it's like the hologram one. I swear to God, I would trade. I love that glitter. I do buy the other sparkle, but the cheap Studio G, but I use, I love this, my favorite. So I used regular glue. And I'm going to show you what I did. I gave it the like dripping icicle effect without too much icicle, and it gave that dripping effect in the back. And then I put just a little bit of glitter up there, like it was almost like a window case. And I did the same thing. You can see where it balls up here, and then down here, like the snow would gather up at the bottom. But it came out to be a really cool effect, and it went down over some of the pictures, and I just pulled it through. And that would be Elmer's Craft glue. And the tubes where you have the brush built in and then tip built in. I actually get other glue, and I mix it in it when I start running out that I get really cheap. So I don't always buy name brand, ladies. I'm going to tell you that right now. Generally I don't, unless it's worth it. I do splurge once in a while. So what I did is I took these little stickers too, and if you look at them, they do have that white effect with the glitter already built in, and I added some gems to it. Here's an S. This was a pop-out cutout out of one of my alphabet, and I know I sold one of them. I kept one for myself. Like I said, I shared. I wanted somebody else to use. There's no way that I could use it all, but I ended up putting these little sprays in here and there, like the wind whispering, you know, whispering around, and you can kind of see it with the snow. I put it already had glitter glue in it, but I added just a little bit, like the snow was building up a little bit. And then I did a little bit down here on the A. Now I made the S bigger and more prominent. That's the reason why I did that. And then I used these cheap stickers, and I know I've sold some of these, the cheap alphas. And then I put a little bit of glue around it, clear glue, to hold it down a little better. Glossy will kind of take away sometimes of the metallic look. So a lot of times I'll use like clear glue. Not that it's not, there's a gem coming off. I'm going to get mad if it comes off. I sat down and put all these little gems down. And then I put some epoxy stickers that had snowflakes, and I added a little there. And then I have this word up here. It says let it snow. And this is one of those epoxy stickers. And then I have one here that's ice. And then down here it says cold. But that's my little boy when he was, maybe he had just was getting ready to turn 8, because this was when his birthday's in December. That could have been right before or right at or right after. And then my daughter went above him. And then the two of them kind of made sure that they were there. So I got a chance to see double angels. Even though they were my angels, they're not. They're little devils now. So they're grown-up devils. So, you know, I thought it was cute. And then I just cut some papers and I inked it with some of Tim Holtz. I think this is Broken China. I have the bigger pads. As a matter of fact, I may pull those out and sell them because I don't really use the big pads. I tend to like the little mini ones. So if anybody has the mini ones and I don't have the set, I'll trade you for some of the big ones. I really don't use them. I mean, I sold my Tim Holtz markers. I tended not to use them. I use Prismacolor. I do have some Spectrum Noirs. I've been collecting some of those lately, and I have a few of Copic, but you know, to me, Copic, if you're using and they have a huge spectrum, but if you're using those in order, it's not teaching you a blend because you just go in order of the color. So anyway, that's just me. So I thought it was really cute. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. So I'll be journaling in here on this section. I wanted to keep away from black in this one, so I'll probably be writing in a blue ink pen. Maybe one of my gel pens. But I thought it was cute. And I hope you like my snow angels. I like them. And it's cute. See, it almost looks like, now this is already built this way, but with the vines in the back, it almost reminds you of like Anna and Elsa's castle when it kind of froze over and you can see like the leaves and everything frozen. But anyway, I hope you like my snow angels and enjoy the pictures, and thanks for following me. Bye guys.